morning and out to school.
School Days, a North Coast perspective on education that takes listeners beyond the ABCs to D for diversity. Good afternoon. I'm Susan Andrews, school psychologist, educated at Humboldt State University, and now serving students in the Del Norte County Unified School District.
America, get on your tippy toes. Let's get everybody ready. Let's get the children prepared. Let's be aware that we have been a superpower educationally in the past and that we're losing ground there. So a little bit of urgency. Pay attention to what's going on and make sure your child is absolutely doing the very best that they can.
Beatrice Hair is founder of the Salisbury Tutoring Academy in Salisbury, North Carolina, and author of the book H3LT, The Hair Three-Legged Table Solution for Education. In a recent telephone interview, Hair summarized the three-legged table concept, which is explained in greater detail in her short, easy-to-read book.
So then first visualize a three-legged table. You know, one leg is the parent, and sometimes the parents can't show up for some reason, and a grandparent shows up, and that's fine too. I've built many three-legged tables with whoever shows up. It could be an aunt, an uncle, a person that you don't think, but often it's just with both parents. So one leg of the table is both parents or whoever shows up. One leg of the table is held all by itself by the student. The student has, quite a bit of responsibility there in terms of what they have to do because they have to do it by themselves. And then the third leg is the teacher. And together, that creates a platform. So if you imagine a three-legged table as a visual, what happens after a three-legged table is built into a family and into a student's lives is amazing. They're transformational. We have just literally thousands of stories of kids that they were in one place and now they're in a completely different arena in terms of how they are approaching life, how they are experiencing success on a very personal level. And it's because of this three-legged table construct. And what it looks like, if you were to have a visual of the tool, is basically a behavior modification contract with goals and grids, and each week when they accomplish them, they get stickers or they get X's kind of thing.
Hair devised this supportive structure with the underlying belief that knowledge breeds confidence. One area where she's seen real growth is among students who have been bullied in the past. She said she's learned over the years that bullying can be a strong factor in holding back student achievement.
The children and the students were telling me that they used to really be affected by the bullying. They would go home at night and they would have stomach aches and they couldn't sleep and they felt sick. And this bullying had kind of taken over. And then they came to my school and all of a sudden the three-legged table was built. There was all the positive enforcement for everything that they were accomplishing. There was a sense of, having all that support where the parents knew how to help and the tutors were there to help and they had to contribute their part and there was all the accountability. It was something else to focus on. And all of a sudden their goals became clearer. And then instead of going into a test where they're really distracted by somebody having just called them stupid in the hallway or something mean, they would go in and say, no, I'm ready for this, and I'm going to do well because I've been prepared. And it's just really a wonderful part of what I do, and so it's been exciting. So many of the students have told the story about how now their grades are better and they just simply stopped being affected by what the other kids were saying.
So I asked Hair if she thinks the three-legged table would support the kids doing the bullying.
I honestly think that bullies are hurting too, right? Sometimes they may not even know they're bullying. That may just be the status quo and the way their family treats each other. So the three-legged table is good all the way across the board. There's no one that doesn't benefit from the three-legged table.
Basically, Hair says, the supported engagement and goals-based education can help set anyone back on track.
It's a simple tool, the Hair three-legged table contract. It's understandable. It's not a very complex thing. My book is short, like a 69-page book. It's not hard to read. But once it's in place, it really helps everyone. And we have found that it helps low children become high students, it helps middle kids, it helps top kids. It's the shorter distance when you're number 2 in the class and you want to be number 1, but it's really the longer distance.
My thanks to Beatrice Hair, whose book H3LT, The Hair Three-Legged Table Solution for Education, can be purchased through most standard online book sites. Learn more, including how to start your own tutoring academy with support at www.staltd.com or by Googling Beatrice Hair.